Me, as designed. In case you missed it the first time, or maybe your children were too young, consider buying the delightful record, Free to Be You and Me. As designed, it's for boys and girls, and it features excellent music, as well as a lesson in some very, very perceptive skits for children by such stars as Harry Belafonte, Dick Cavett, Diana Ross, and Carol Channing. It is the creation of Marlo Thomas, and she shows real sensitivity in combining appeal and the so-called lesson for children. You're now listening to the theme song, Free to Be, and a catchy one it is.
There's a land that I see where the children are free, and I say it ain't far to this land from where we are.
Free to Be You and Me. It's available at all record stores. No home with children should be without it. Hi, I'm Sylvia Rowe, and this is Consumer's Notebook.
Good morning, and welcome to the pages of Consumer's Notebook, a program designed to bring you some useful information on spending your money wisely and introducing you to many things you might never have known before, with our chief note-taker and hostess, Sylvia Rowe.
If you're feeling those late winter blues and wondering if you'll scream if you hear another sniffle or cough, it's probably spring cleaning time. It's a good excuse to get the house back in order and may also work in eliminating the remnant sort of organisms that cause disease. There are a myriad of cleaning products available, most of which will work with a little bit of elbow grease. In order to give you a helping hand, we've put together a quick checklist. 1. Approach any major cleaning with a master plan, whether room by room or job by job. Update your supplies and toss any product not labeled, or you may find yourself conducting a chemistry experiment. Keep all products away from children and read the instructions first. 2. Tackle dirt in many areas by utilizing all the attachments to your vacuum cleaner. It can perform miracles in diverse operations such as dusting bookshelves, curtains, furniture, and carpets. And keep the bag emptied and the suction pipe clog-free. 3. Your carpets. Pay a special attention to the shag variety, as they can trap dirt, germs, spill food, etc., and can be a real breeding ground for bacteria and insects. Be particularly careful if you have a crawling infant. Cleaning carpets in addition to vacuuming alone, and there are 3 separate types of cleaners available: liquid, shampoos, dry cleaners, and aerosol sprays. A scatter rug under 5 pounds can be cleaned in the automatic washing machine. 4, speaking of carpeting, this is an area in the home that causes accidents, so take the time now to repair worn or torn areas and tack those loose ends down very carefully. Now, don't forget your Venetian blinds. They're major dust collectors, but wear rubber gloves when you're actually washing them with soap and water, as they can make very nasty nicks in a finger. 6, draperies need to be professionally cleaned, but for a pickup job, they can be shaken outdoors or even dusted with a damp towel. 7, as you clean, be on the lookout for electrical defects, frayed wire, shredded insulation, and loose connections on lamps and extension cords. And you know, defective outlets are a common cause of household fires, so check them all, even if you have to move furniture. Now, well-polished floors will help seal off cracks and prevent splintering and openings that provide easy opportunity for dirt and germ buildups. You know, a thin coat of wax on windowsills also makes future cleaning easier, and on furniture, it is a very good wood protector. 9, both the toilet bowl and shower stall are excellent germ breeders, and a good liquid disinfectant is absolutely necessary. And while working in the shower tub, install suction-type mats and non-skid adhesive strips. 10, finally, don't overlook the medicine cabinet, which is probably full of greasy residue from spilled or leaky medicine containers. You'll eliminate a major health hazard if you relabel clearly all containers and discard empty, old, or forgotten medicines. You know, we've just given you 10 very quick tips for starters and hopefully a little incentive. And next week, we're going to focus on making sure your kitchen could pass inspection. And we're going to invite you now to stay tuned. We're going to take a break, but on feature page coming up, we have a guest who's back by popular demand, and he's going to talk about spring and summer hairstyles and hair care.
best meat there is. Feeding my family on Gwaltney, treating them good like I should.
Gwaltney boned and tender ham is our favorite meat. Trimmed, boneless, fully cooked, delicious.
Feeding my family on Gwaltney.
Boned and tender ham and ready-to-serve ham steaks.
I'm Lydell Mitchell of the Baltimore Colts with Owen Cole, Baltimore chairman of the National Alliance of Businessmen. The NAB is asking area businesses to provide summer jobs for needy youngsters. A summer job can make the difference between staying in school or dropping out.
As a businessman, I know the value of education and the experiences gained on the job. Without an education, a young person can expect to be the last hired and the first fired in a tight economy.
Let's keep our needy kids in school. Give them summer jobs.
Attention working mothers, there's still time before the April 15th tax deadline to take advantage of the new benefits offered full-time working women with children. You know, you can get maximum deductions if you are earning as a family less than $18,000 a year, and it can actually get partial deductions if you earn up to $27,600 a year. And since this could mean $400 a month if you have 3 children, it pays to check with your local IRS office for more information. Our guest this morning on Feature Page was such a hit the first time he came around that we're having him back, Dan Avisar of Dan Avisar Coiffures. And Dan, you're going to talk today about what we need to know in terms of hair care for the up-and-coming spring and summer months, you know, when we have all this sun and water and wind, etc. And I think probably the idea of conditioning your hair becomes very important at this point, does it not?
That's right. As we remember, the last time we explained how the haircut makes the coiffure, and we demonstrate on some models. You want to talk about conditioner today, so we have to know that conditioner, the purpose of it, the way how to use it, and how to apply it. The most important purpose of the conditioner is to improve the texture, to make the hair healthy looking, increase elasticity, does not stripe color, and makes the hair bouncy.
When you say all of these are the way it looks, does it mean it actually is healthier when it does all of this too?
In today's market, there is a conditioner to help every kind of texture. To choose the right conditioner, it's depending upon the type of hair, like hair texture, condition of the hair, dry, over-processed, oily, etc.
Now, I know these products are on the market. Do you need a professional to help you choose the conditioner that's right for you?
Some of them, yes. Some of them that you can get in any department store or drugstore. Some of them, they are not available in other stores except beauty shops, and they are professional use only.
When do you apply it? Is it something you do every time you wash your hair? Is it an occasional thing? How does that work?
Generally speaking, you have to put the conditioner as a routine after every shampoo. Some of them, you need more than the instant conditioners, such as chemically treated hair, whose you have permanent, or you have hair coloring, or you have lightening and hair straightening. All that, it's chemically treated. Because the chemicals penetrate in the hair shaft and they affect the cuticle around the hair surface. And you put a deep conditioner once in a while, and that helps them a lot.
And then you can keep it up yourself after the deep conditioning is done. How do you apply these, by the way? Are they easy? Are the directions on them? Do you need help from your hairstylist to do it, or how does this work?
Most of the...
Or all of those?
No. Most of the hair conditioners they come with the manufacturer direction. Some of them, you just put them as an instant conditioner. You apply it after the shampoo, you come through, you blow or set. The other one who are a little bit deeper, you put them on your hair after the shampoo, you sit under the dryer for 15-20 minutes, and then you put plastic bag on the top of it.
So there are lots of varieties on this. Well, Dan, now we've talked about getting our hair in good condition. Let me tell you that Dan has brought some models back. The second half of Feature Page, we're going to talk about their hairstyles.
will be there.
Action News is everywhere. Action News is everywhere. Action News is everywhere. Action News is everywhere.
Gene Rayburn here, and I got a head-to-head match now. Richard, are you ready for this now? All right, here it is. 7 blank. Now, while he's writing, I just wanted to tell you that at 7:30 Thursday nights, we'll be here on WBAL, Baltimore 11 with Match Game PM. Remember, 7:30. It's daytime's #1 game show, now at 7:30. Okay, Richard's ready. Let's see now. 7 blank. I'll say 7:30. Richard, do you match me?
I said 7:31.
You were that close.
I've watched the Baltimore Symphony grow from a small municipal orchestra to one that now stands on the threshold of greatness. But let me tell you some of the facts of life for all orchestras. Box office receipts cover only half of their expenses. To attract great artists, to make recordings, to go on tour, to become internationally famous requires your support and your dollars. I challenge you to make your orchestra great.
If you or one of your children babysit, there's an excellent new pamphlet put out by the federal government. It's available for only 70 cents. And you know, it covers everything from the practical situations such as tantrums and bloody noses to some things you really need to know about. Are you getting correct payment? Are you adequately protected? Again, it costs only 70 cents. It's called The Pocket Guide to Babysitting, booklet number 255C, and is available from the Consumer Information Public Documents Distribution Center, Pueblo, Colorado, 81009. That's the Pocket Guide to Babysitting, 255C, Consumer Information Center, Pueblo, Colorado, 81009. And now let's turn immediately back to feature page. And Dan, I'm looking forward to seeing the models and seeing exactly what hairstyles they have this time. Why don't we get right started and bring the first model in, and we'll talk about her hairstyle and her hair conditioning at the same time.
Sure, let's bring Rhonda. This is Rhonda. When she came the first time, her hair was a little bit dry because when we was talking about hair conditioner, we know that the hair gets dry in the summer from the sun and the salt from the beach, right. Chlorine from the pool. In the winter, we have the indoor heating. All that affect the hair. So we have a Climatress moisturizer cream. You stay it with 15 minutes, and then you, under the dryer, you come out, you wash it thoroughly, and you set or you blow your hair. She likes always to be with short hair. Rhonda, if now we shake the head, yeah, and we'll comb it a little bit, so it still can look very natural and very soft.
Now this is hair she can care for herself with this particular haircut.
After a haircut, yes, after a right conditioner to make it shiny, that's all she needs.
So she gets the right haircut, she gets the right conditioner, and then it's up to her.
That's what she do.
Do you have a casual lifestyle, Rhonda? So this fits in well with that.
She's a student in university.
Good.
The next model is with medium-sized hair. She's a little bit fussy about the hair, so she needs sometimes to have it set, and sometimes she wants it to be blown dry. At night, she knows how to take care of her by herself by using clips, and in the morning when she wake up, she just take the brush. It's a brush like that. She fluff it, and yet even when she shake her head, it should go bouncy. This is a set with the hairstyle with the set.
So this is a combination of something which she can put on rollers, or she can blow dry, or do sort of vary it just a little bit.
Whatever she decides. The most important is the conditioner, that it always have to be applied. In her case, she used conditioner instant after every shampoo. Once a month, she used a deep conditioner like cholesterol or Climatress.
But for the most part, again, once she gets the haircut, the conditioner, she's still golden. That's what we're talking about.
Definitely.
Okay. Thank you, Shoshana.
Thank you, Shoshana. That young lady that we're going to have right now, she's with a little bit longer hair. Because the reason that she have a baby who like to pull her hair all the time. She gave him that pleasure to have the hair.
So she has, is this a variation of the so-called Chinese?
Chinese chop, it's not exactly the Chinese chop, because Chinese chop, it's when she have a full bang all over, excuse me, full bang, and it can be either down, under, yeah, or in a flip. You see this side, for example. This side, it's more as a flip. Full bang, that's the Chinese chop. We didn't want to make it the Chinese chop. We want to change it a little bit. So we pull it under, and over here, we fluff it to the side for softness. Now, when she takes her hair, as you can see, and you open it, when it's more fluffier, it looks more natural and better looking. All she have to do is to shake her head also. This is also blown. She had some of body wave to give her a little bit more body. And then to comb it, the hair is supposed to be back in the place. The most important thing that I want to mention, a lady or a guy who goes to beauty shop, they will have to have a haircut and conditioner in a way that not to look good only when they leave the beauty shop, to look good all the time, even when they do it themselves.
Yes, because many women simply cannot afford to come on a regular week-to-week basis, so they need the basics, so then they can take care of it themselves in those interim weeks.
Very true, Sylvia.
I have a question on all three of the styles. Now, with Sigrid, I think probably as good an example as were the other two. I think the focus, from what you're saying, is on the very natural look this year. Nothing too tight, nothing too formal are set.
As you could see, the whole three models have very soft hair. All of them can shake the hair. All of them can walk and the hair bouncy. You can come, all of you.
Yes, why don't you all three come in, and Dan will talk a little bit now, comparison of the three hairstyles, or some more about all three of you at this point.
This is blow, and this is blow with the body wave, and this is set. In this case, today she had it set, yesterday she had it set. Sometimes she blow it like all the rest. All three of them, what they want from the hair, it's not to be stiff, not to be gummy, that you can, you sit in the office or no matter what you do, the hair
whether you're at
move.
home or whether you work.
Yeah. All they need, the whole three of them, when they come to the shop, they want one thing. Once they leave the shop, they know that they're going to look good, but they want to look good even when they go home and to take care of themselves.
Okay, now supposing someone maybe does not have a regular hairstylist or does not know what to ask for when she goes into a beauty shop at this point, what does she say first? Does she say, I want a good haircut, I want a good hair conditioner, I want a combination, or how does she choose her shop to begin with, Dan?
To choose a shop, she goes where her friend goes or the one who's been recommended.
It's word-of-mouth advertising is what it is.
Mainly. Today, the people today just don't look at the yellow pages and they said, this is next to me, I'm going. Today, the ladies are more particular about their hair. They want to get more than just to go to a person that they don't know, they never heard of him. Today, most of the shop, I will say 90%, they go only through recommendation or through their friends. And going back to the hair, when they come to the shop, they don't say, I want to have my hair cut. They said, I want to change. So do whatever you think.
Make me a new person. That's kind of a hard request, isn't it?
Especially today. But the main thing, like we was talking last time, Sylvia, there is nothing in any one of those hairstyles that can be in any shape if you don't have the basic haircut.
Right.
You have a basic haircut, everything else it's...
Are one of the three heads of hair, say, drier or oilier? I mean, is there a difference in the makeup of the hair, which is what determines the conditioner?
Yeah. And this hair had a body wave. You cannot tell. Right, Sigrid? You cannot tell because it's with the right conditioner, with the right body wave, you will be able to blow it. It doesn't freeze, it doesn't kink, looks bouncy, and you have a basic haircut. Everything else, it's...
Are one of the three heads of hair, say, drier or oilier? I mean, is there a difference in the makeup of the hair, which is what determines the conditioner?
Yeah, we was talking about chemically hair. And this hair had a body wave. You cannot tell. Right, Sigrid? You cannot tell because it's with the right conditioner, with the right body wave, you will be able to blow it. It doesn't freeze, it doesn't kink, looks bouncy and shiny all the time. Also, dry split ends. The best conditioner for split ends, it's to cut them. Like the best conditioner for oily hair, it's shampoo.
So just the old practical ways of handling, those are the best.
You see, you don't have to be a cosmetologist in order to understand it. In oily hair, like she's having sometimes, it's either perspiration or dirt. You wash it more often.
And you cannot hurt oily hair by washing it frequently.
No, oily hair become from what they call sebacum gland in the hair. To help prevent it, it's only by a good shampoo.
Fine. Girls, thank you very much. Dan, have
Thank
a
you
seat.
very
We're
much.
just about out of time, but I wanted to say, let you sort of just sum up what we said a little bit. The conditioner is really necessary for people with any type of hair, any type of hairstyle, any type of hair texture, any type of hair problem, really, depending on what kind of conditioner. Is that correct?
A conditioner, it's a very, very important part of a hairstyle. You can see a beautiful hairstyle, but when you see it fluffy, I mean dry or frizzy. Or, yeah.
Yes, I know.
No, your hair is just okay.
It looks nice today, Dan, but it doesn't always.
The frizzy, so it destroyed the whole effect of the hair.
But thank you so much. It's been tremendously helpful as well as very enjoyable, and our thanks to the models too.
My
Dan,
pleasure.
Avisar coiffures.
Good morning and welcome to Baltimore at 10. I'm Rhea Feiken and I am delighted to be back with you. I know that it is a beautiful day because on the way in I not only witnessed it, but I heard every single radio announcer saying it was a gorgeous day, it was a pleasant day, it was a marvelous day, and I'm sure it is. The only problem is that it's not hot and humid, and that's the kind of weather I like. I'm one of those very strange people that likes awful summer weather. This reminds me of the fall of the year. Does it you a little bit? Anyhow, I am delighted to be back with you on Baltimore at 10. It's really a lot of fun to do the show. One of the reasons is because we get to meet very interesting people. Another is that we cover a variety of subjects, and today is no exception. On the program, we have with us Dan and Lucien Avisar, and we're going to be talking with them about hair and clothes as far as fashions and things that you are going to be wearing, whether you like them or not, in a little bit of time. Helen Fleischer is going to be here with some diet cooking, and for you chocoholics, she's going to tell you how to make chocolate that won't make you fat. Can you believe that? Jeff Pollack, who is our critic on the loose, will be here, and finally, Jocelyn will be here with Trimnastics, and we'll see you in just a little while.
Listen to what Baltimore is saying about Action News.
I like the way it's presented, and I like the people that present it to us. The weather with Rudy Miller is very good.
I like the way you handle things. I watch it every night without fail.
To give the latest news, you see things on Channel 11 that you don't see on 13 and 2.
Because it's current, timely, and Action News is everywhere.
Action News at 6 and 11 on Baltimore 11. Maryland's watching.
Today, research has revealed that alcohol in early pregnancy may result in newborns with abnormalities. One of these 3-year-olds is impaired mentally and physically. The March of Dimes prenatal care program reminds you of this combination of birth defects, the fetal alcohol syndrome. No one knows what a safe amount of alcohol is. The March of Dimes says, when you're pregnant, why take a chance?
always fun to talk to Jeff Pollock because he's never at a loss for an opinion. And today, Jeff, I'd like to know, what do you have up your sleeve?
Oh, that's nasty, Rhea. That's nasty. It holds a fascination beyond all reason. It always has, and it probably always will. Magic, illusion, sleight of hand. Call it what you want, it doesn't matter. What age you are, you're fascinated by the ability of the magician to do the seemingly impossible. The Magic Show opened the Mechanic Theater's summer season last night, and while the music and songs are nothing to write home about, the magic is something else again. It doesn't matter how often you've seen some of the illusions, they continue to astound. The production begins with magician Robert Corello and 2 dancing silks. You must have seen the illusion. There has to be wires, right? Right. Which would explain how each kerchief dances towards him. He must have a wire in his other hand. Then how does he do the trick with 2 silks? And how in the world does he get them to jump into that bottle? Out is easy, but in? And dividing his assistant into 4 parts and putting them back in order in the wrong way. And the levitation number, the girl seemingly put into a trance and placed face up on the points of 3 swords, and then 2 of them are removed so she is floating in space with just 1 sword under her head. And then when he conjures up a new assistant into a glass box we saw him assemble on stage, a box on legs that we could always see beneath. And of course Houdini's great metamorphosis illusion, where the girl in the box and the magician changed places in a fraction of a second. Wow. The fact that most of the songs in the show are second-rate really doesn't matter, nor does the fact that you can't hear most of the lyrics in the faster numbers. It's the magic that counts in the Magic Show, and there's enough of that to make the evening more than worthwhile. The Mechanic is aiming for a family audience this summer season, and there were plenty of kids at last night's performance. The house has been scaled to a $9.50 top ticket price, which should make it possible for a lot of families to take in the show. I could go on and on talking about the performers in each of the musical numbers, but they don't really matter. Everything is just an excuse to amaze the child in each of us, and it does. I wonder how he does that trick where the beautiful girl appears. Have a good day.
That was very good. You know, I took my children to see the Magic Show the last time it was here, and I was very excited about their reaction to it. I thought they were just going to love it. And when it was over, they said, we've seen that kind of stuff on television, which is really very disappointing. But anyhow, it is at the Mechanic, and I think you will enjoy it. And I think you're going to enjoy what we're going to talk about now. I don't know a woman around, or a man for that matter, who isn't interested in hair and fashions. And we're going to be talking with both Dan and Lucien Abasar. How are you this morning?
Fine, thank you, Rhea.
All right, now, Dan, let's hear it. What am I going to look like 6 months from now? I mean, what hairstyle is going to be in?
In the moment, the hairstyles are long, as we're going to see later on with Betsy or Christy.
Mm-hmm.
And we have today, for the first time, we have a guy, which never before we had. Right in the next 6 months, the hair shoulder length or longer or frizzy, it's still going to be in style. You're asking what's going to be after that.
Is there going to be something new? What's going to be the next thing that we're going to be wearing?
The new hairstyle will be that your hair will be almost 3 inches, the maximum.
Yeah.
And it's going to be cut uneven.
Right.
So if you go, it will be with wet hair, or if you go to another hairdresser, he might say, what's happened to your hair? Why it's so uneven? But they call it nonsense, and that's exactly what it's going to be.
Well then, does it just hang?
No, you blow it with your fingers, and after it's dry, you just push it with your fingers, and that's what they chose the name nonsense to have.
I love this, right? I mean, all hairstylists give you that. You just take your fingers and you just run it through your hair, and it looks wonderful. When you run your fingers through somebody's hair, it looks wonderful. When I do it, it doesn't look so hot.
If you go to the hairdresser with straight hair and he give you some permanent, it will be more bouncy, more curly.
Let's talk about permanents then. Okay. Can anyone get a permanent? Or are there some kinds of hair that really shouldn't be permed?
There is some hair that people who take medicine or have very, very difficult with skin or scalp should not have a permanent under no circumstance.
When you have a permanent, do you still have to blow your hair or arrange it some way so that it dries? I mean, you can't just wash it and have that permanent take Unless you want it real frizzy, right?
You can have permanent one that you can set.
Uh-huh.
You have a permanent that you can blow. You have a permanent that we're going to see in our next model.
Uh-huh.
There is permanent, it's loose.
They're permanents
or
and
tight,
they're permanents, right?
Or permanent for permanent.
Right. Just for a minute. Lucianne, what about you? Right now, I think people are we're finally getting used to wearing loose kinds of clothes, longer lengths. Is that going to stay in style?
It's going to stay with, yes, in style while with us. And coming up for the fall, we're going to go back with the straight lines a little bit. Back with the wool and gabardine. I think it's always.
What about shoulders? Shoulder pads?
Yes, with the jackets. It's going to be tweed jackets. Everything gets shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Very straight lines.
And straight skirts,
And
right?
straight
With
skirts.
slits.
Yes.
Terrific.
It's always in. And
Terrific. All right. Can we please see Betsy right now and see what she is wearing and talk about it a little bit? Dan, let's start with her hair.
We'll go to Betsy. It's one of the permanent that you was asking, except that permanent of Betsy, it's not permanent. She can, in this case, blow it with a bristle brush to make it straighter.
Uh-huh.
She can do it in a flip, under, whatever she wants. In this case, what we did, we cut it slightly layered, instead of drastically layered like it used to be before,
Right.
you remember? Just if it would be wet and we turn her, it's going to be almost the same length. Just on the bottom, it's slightly layered. What Betsy do, it's she shampoo her hair, she put a good conditioner, not to show it frizzy or over frizz, and then while it's dry, she can do it either with 2 lamps, yeah, or she just let it dry by itself, and while it's dry, open it
Okay.
more and more to get the fluff.
Right. Does she have permanence in her bangs? Just a little bit?
That you can blow dry.
Dan's going to have to answer because you don't have a microphone like Betsy. We can't read lips.
Betsy has a permanent in her bangs also.
But not as much.
Not as much.
All right, now Betsy, just shake your head yes or no. When you washed your hair, did you really just run your fingers through it? Honest. Okay, all right. Okay. Now, about what she's wearing. Can we talk about that a little bit?
yes, this is from Lucianne Boutique. It's one she's wearing. It's a Franck Olivier skirt.
Yes.
A beautiful Franck Olivier silk shirt. That the silk, of course, it's very in now. And I think every woman, she cannot forget a silk shirt. She should, because the feeling of it, and
Yes.
it's always beautiful.
Right. And you can wear silk shirts all year long.
All year long, everywhere you go, it's always, even with the jeans, you can wear it sometimes. It's fine. You always
That
dress
really
up.
is chic to wear a silk shirt with a
Which
pair of
was in
jeans.
Europe. Right now,
Yeah.
girls are just going with jeans.
And the jeans
silk
are very straight, aren't they?
With the straight legs, you just roll them, even you don't have to hem them.
Right.
And you look just fine.
That's good, because then when they shrink, when you wash them, they're not too short, right?
That's right.
Listen, we're going to be back with some more hair fashions and some more clothes in just a minute.
If you will tune in our program, you will see Brett Somers, you will see Charles Nelson Riley, you will see from Family Feud, Richard Dawson, and you will see...
Dolly Martin's husband, Dick.
And my lovely friend, Miss Connie Van Dyke.
And
My very favorite fun flock.
And we will all be here on Match Game PM. Thank you.
Match Game PM, Thursday night at 7:30 on Baltimore 11.
Konnichiwa. I'm Nobu from Japan. Thank you. And this is my American mom and dad, my American brother and sister, and some friends from school.
Our family is hosting an AFS student from abroad this year. We're sharing our lives, making new friends, and learning about the world just by being ourselves.
Interested? Write AFS.
313 East 43rd, New York 10017.
back with Dan Afasar and Lucian, and we will be talking about clothes and hair. I want to ask you something, Dan. When a customer comes to you, and you know her fairly well, or perhaps you don't even know her, and she has cut out of a fashion magazine this beautiful model with this great hairstyle, and she says, I want to wear my hair like that. What do you do?
If I think that it's becoming to her, I will definitely listen to what she said.
All right, but what I'm asking is that we all look at hairstyles, and some of them are absolutely gorgeous. However, they don't look gorgeous on everybody.
That's true.
Now, do you take a hairstyle and say, no, you can't wear it at all, or do you adapt it for the particular woman?
I wouldn't say that you cannot definitely have this kind of hairstyle, because first of all, I will try to explain her why I think it's not going to be becoming to her. Now, talking about the hairstyles that you see in a magazine, I did so for sometimes models in New York, and those moments that we take the hair and we do them, it's right for the 2 seconds on the camera. There is a blower going.
Yes.
It's a shot that for that second. After that, the hair, it's completely different.
So we shouldn't worry about it. I mean, we can't look like those women in the magazines
You
all
might
the time,
know.
unless we carry around a blower with us at all times.
Not always, because sometimes a woman will come to the shop and she go to a hairdresser and she would show him few ideas, not just one, few alternative styles. If you see that it can be done, I think that you should let her try the new hairstyle.
Okay, what is the one single most important thing about having a good hairstyle or getting a good hairstyle?
As we said in every show and as everybody will tell, basic for every hairstyle, it's a good haircut.
And that is really the most important
The most important thing in any kind of hairstyle.
And how often should one get one's hair cut to keep that good cut? I mean, if it's cut and it's really good, how often do you need to get it trimmed to make it stay just right?
Between 5 to 6 weeks.
All right.
Every 5 to 6 weeks.
Let's take a look at Kristen and tell us a little bit about her hair.
Okay, Kristen, it's a girl that she likes to have sometimes. In the evening, she would like to wear her hair curlier. During the day, she likes to wear her hair either with a combs that you see right now, yeah, or just plain straight for the loose and bouncy look. When she come to the shop the first time and she said she wants to have her hair, she said, when I walk, I want my hair to bounce with my dress, my body, everything. So when she goes, what she's doing, she blow her hair. It's cut drastically, I mean, gradually, shorter in the front, not coming down, just a little bang, and then this part in the back with the shoulder coming to straight down. What she wants to do is she blow her hair, sometimes she pin the combs, and sometimes she do what normally you do after your hair start to fall. Can you show, please? She just open it, and then she can shake her hair. You can shake it, yeah? And we'll have to go back to the line.
Right. All right, but she has very nice hair to start out with. I mean, that's good hair.
Well, everything, if she have completely straight hair, she can have just slight of permanent.
All right, let's have our next model, please. We just have a couple more minutes. You can just stay over there, Dan, I think.
Well, this
Terrific, a male model. Let's hear it. All right.
This is the first time that we're having a male model.
And this is
on
Mike.
the show. This
I
is
think your hair
Mike.
looks terrific, Mike. Thank you. Do you just shake your head when you get out of bed in the morning?
Usually. Mike hair, it's one link all around. The link over here, it's the same thing, the same link on the top, and the same link in the back, except the neck, which is getting tapered.
All right, now Mike's hair is really shorter than men's hair has been for a while, isn't it?
Well, as you can see, that's why we brought Mike. You see, if you notice, the sideburn, it's not any longer on style, so we cut the sideburn.
Right.
The back, it's not over the collar, it's above the collar.
Right.
And with this kind of hairstyle, all you have to do, it's Mike, you want to pass your fingers through the hair, you let it just blow the hair to the back and then going.
Dan, when he showers, does he have to blow his hair dry? Can he just comb it and it would be all right?
You can let it dry by itself.
Oh, fantastic.
And it doesn't have any permanent, by the way.
That's really nice. Okay, see, that's what women should. I mean, now I believe that, but I'm not so sure I believe all this kind of stuff. Can we see Betsy again, please? And Betsy has
Betsy
on a
wearing-
lovely dress. Lucy?
This is a chiffon dress that it's very, very in right now. It's a beautiful dress that you can wear it in the afternoon. At night, everywhere you go, it's very soft and you feel feminine and beautiful in it.
I
and
think
you
it's
can
a-
wear it up
Yeah.
or down on your shoulder.
Right. It's the kind of dress that I think women enjoy wearing
That's the
and
best,
men like looking at.
You're not
You
kidding.
just feel
That's right.
good in it. You feel so feminine, so
Yeah.
pretty, and just give you a good feeling in it.
Right.
Yes.
Well, now, when you talk about good feeling in feminine clothes, Lucy, and then that, I think, is very feminine,
It
but I'm
is.
not so sure that suits with broad shoulders and straight skirts is really a very feminine kind of a look.
I think depend how you wear it and who wear it. And I saw a lot of women that I sold them those kind of clothes, and they just look terrific.
Yeah. Well, I do think that fashion is getting used to a particular look, and I think that we all have to be educated as far as that is concerned and get our eye accustomed to seeing both hairstyles and clothes, wouldn't you?
The main thing that you see right now in a lady, it's a good hairstyle who match the way, match her lifestyle, the way she dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can usually judge by the way she dress and about the way she wears her hair what type of person is in,
One fast question. Do you have a permanent?
in my hair. Not yet.
Thank you very much. It's really
Thank you
been
very
fun
much,
talking
yeah.
to you.
And now, speaking of being with us, our guest today is back by popular demand again, and today he's going to talk about hair care and hairstyles for children in just a minute.
Mr. Keebler, in 1 minute, I'm going over the falls. Goodness. And for a crisp snack, I'll use Keebler Zesta Saltines.
Wise choice. Zesta's reclosable plastic bag and 8 separate wax wraps help keep moisture out and crispness in.
You'll love them. See you later. Hi. How was it? Beautiful. They stayed crisp every inch of the way.
Keebler Zesta Saltines, uncommonly crisp.
With a family this big, why am I excited about this little can of soup? Because Campbell's new Soup for One makes one terrific bowl of soup. Terrific, because my family eats at different times.
Hi, Mom.
After school, my Joni gets her favorite tomato royale.
I'm starving.
After basketball, Robert has golden chicken and noodles.
Sorry I'm late.
For my late again husband, Old World Vegetable. New Soup for One. 7 Campbell Good Soups in single serving cans. My whole family agrees.
It's one terrific bowl of soup.
Who's who and what's what in the eye department. An ophthalmologist or oculist is a doctor of medicine and a licensed surgeon specializing in the diagnosis of eye defects and in their treatment through prescription, corrective lenses, or surgery. An optometrist is a doctor of optometry, also specializing in detecting vision defects and treating them with corrective lenses and therapy. But an optician fits and dispenses lenses and other optical devices on the written prescription of an ophthalmologist or optometrist. You know, you'd better learn the difference if you need eye care of any kind. Our guest this morning on Feature Page is Dan Avisar, Avisar Coiffures, Bethesda, Maryland. Dan, welcome back to Consumer's Notebook.
Nice to be here, Sylvia.
You've been such a popular guest, I can't wait to start talking about hair care. And I think something that maybe most of us don't realize, our kids have been out in the sun and in the water all summer. Is it just as important to take care of a child's hair as it is an adult's hair? And are there similarities in the way you do this?
We find out that children also have the same tendency of dryness and frizz like adult. The same thing, we have to cut the hair as often as the adults will get. If we talk about children haircut, cutting children hair, sometimes it's more difficult than to cut adults' hair because the children have their own mind, how they want to look. Sometimes the parents try to help the children, sometimes it's work, sometimes it doesn't work. But to please a child, it's a very, very important thing because otherwise, if you cut a boy or girl's hair and they are not pleased with that, or it's been too short than what they wanted, they get some funny remarks from their friend at school. And in boys in this time that they start to go to a beauty shop instead of the barber shop, you cut their hair in a way that they don't like it, they will cover the hair with hats or any kind of other.
So we're talking about unisex hair care. We're talking about boys and girls getting a style, treated, whatever, equally. We're non-sexist.
One time, the father used to take their son to the same barber that they go. The mother used to take the girls to the beauty shop. It's today unisex. There is a lot of kids who are coming to beauty shops, and it's turned to be a unisex for adults and children.
Right, so you have boys, you have girls. What age do you start bringing them? I mean, when do you really need a haircut for the first time?
You see that mothers bringing their children when they are 2 years old until they are teenage.
And they're young enough at 2, so you can handle them or tolerate them or whatever the word.
Oh, sure, the mother can be particular about her child, 2 years child, as much as she can be on when he is 15 or 16 years old.
Right, and it's just as important to the care of the child's hair also at that age.
Sometimes there is kids who's putting conditioner when their hair is extremely dry or extremely frizzy. Like there is a lot of people in Washington area who have a very curly hair. They use all kinds of conditioner like adults, like we was speaking the show before. Right. There is some of them put balsam, or some of them put NutraPack, or some of them put conditioner who contain placenta in it. Everything to make the hair smoother, to cut the fuzz of the hair.
Right, but the important thing again is the haircut. Is that true?
I will say again, the children's haircut, it's more important than adults' haircut because they don't have to keep up with the hairstyle. If I do your hair, you can...
But you did, and that's why it looks better today, as a matter of fact.
Thank you. You see, adults kept taking care of their hair. Children coming to the beauty shop only for the haircut. After that, there is no upkeep with the hair.
Right, you want a free, easy style. We're going to have models just to illustrate what Dan's been talking about, but we're going to have a timeout first.
How did Cal-Can do it? They just put twice the meat they used to put in their dog food to make Cal-Can chunky beef dinner, and they didn't raise the price. Any butcher will tell you that's value. With the price of meat, it makes sense to feed my dog Cal-Can. Twice the meat, more meat taste, complete and balanced nutrition for the same price. Maybe Cal-Can's a dog's best friend. Cal-Can, twice the meat for the same price.
From CPAC comes new Heat and Serve shrimp and batter. Tender diced shrimp in a light, crispy batter. Just pop in the oven. Minutes later, you've got plenty for a family of 4.
There's something else, Dad.
Sure are. Thank your Mom. And shrimp and batter is so inexpensive you can serve it every week. New Heat and Serve shrimp and batter.
Blueberry. And 3 new flavors. Cheese, chocolate chip, and cherry.
Mommy, you can have half of my Stouffer's.
Oh, thank you, honey. It's good.
Stretch your food budget at Pantry Pride with great tasting Great Ground for burgers. Special this week, 69 cents a pound. And for breakfast, get Minute Maid orange juice, the juice of juices, specially blended from different kinds of oranges for a special taste. 100% pure, nothing added. It's sale priced 19 cents with coupon and $7.50 purchase at Pantry Pride. With our good prices, good products, and good people, you'll feel good about shopping at Pantry Pride, your basic bargain store.
How do you recognize wood decay and insect damage in a house? How can you stop or prevent it? The Department of Agriculture has a new booklet out called Finding and Keeping a Healthy House. Copies are 60 cents each from Consumer Information, Pueblo, Colorado, 81009. That's Finding and Keeping a Healthy House, Consumer Information, Pueblo, Colorado, 81009. Remember, decay is a problem in new as well as older homes.
We're back with Dan Avisar on Feature Page. And Dan, I think I as a mother would like this question answered as well as all the mothers in the audience. Just exactly what attitude should I have or what should I plan on when I take my child to you or to another hairstylist?
When you bring your child to the beauty shop, you come with idea how you like your child to have a haircut. When you get to the hair cutter, you should give him the general idea what you're expecting from your child cut. Everything after that, I suggest that all the mothers, not only you, to let the child discuss with the hairstylist or the hair cutter what kind of cut to get. Because in my entire career as a hairdresser, if I please the mother the way that she wants me to cut the child's hair, and the child is not happy, in the end, the mother is unhappy too, when she sees her child not happy. If the child is happy, despite that it's not exactly like the mother wants her hair, finally, in the end result, the mother is happy too.
Right, so the mother should have her ideas, but should be willing to compromise a little bit, depending on what you would say and then what her child would say.
Very exactly.
Okay, let's take a look at our first model then as a good demonstration. Tim, you want to come out here?
This
That's
is
right.
Tim. Tim going to, what grade you going to, Tim?
I mean, second.
I think
He's
Tim's
going to
about
se-
7.
Yeah, second. Tim's mother, like most of the parents, they don't want to bother with the hair falling on their eyes, and that's a very important thing that all children should have it right now, despite if the mother wants to have long hair or short. Any kind of link, it should not be in the eye of the children.
What should be a real distraction, I would think, in school, if it got too much in the eyes.
Tim is a very active boy, as much as I know him. When he got to the shop, he's one time in that side, and after a few seconds in the other corner of it. So whatever he does, the hair will be out of his eyes and always will be combed. He happened to have a straight hair. We have some other children with the curly hair.
Now, he doesn't need anything but a good haircut, then, to maintain this hairstyle.
All he needs, Tim, it's a good haircut, and he doesn't have to upkeep with it. He doesn't have to blow it. He happens to have a hair so straight that it's just falling right to the place. Tim, would you move your head a little bit? Shake your head a little bit.
Right.
He can bend down, and still it's not going to be in his eye.
And what type of hair do you recommend? Straight hair, this type of hairdo for an active, straight-haired child?
His hair happened to be pretty healthy hair, so you can cut it either in layered or in one link. I suggest that since boys today are having slightly longer than used to be, they can be a little bit almost to one length like you have.
Okay, Tim, thank you very much.
Thank
and let's
you,
get on
Tim.
to the next model.
That's Ronit. Ronit is in the 4th grade. She likes long hair. You know, every inch you cut, it's like you've been cutting a piece of her head.
You have my sympathies, Ronit. I feel the same way.
So she likes long hair. Again, it's not very, very long. The children today are not going with very long hair.
You mean the long, straight part in the middle hair is out in terms of style?
Wherever you see, even teenager
Are beginning
girls,
to cut their hair.
they're beginning to style their hair. So she likes all the time to have a long hair. But it's tapered from bangs going slightly longer. And would you turn, please? And even in the back, it's one length.
Now, in terms of her care and her type of hair, how do you relate the two on that?
She's also doesn't have, in today we curl it a little bit under. There is some children who like to flip it.
Up.
I mean, up. She likes forward. Whatever she does, she's still going to have.
And she also has straight hair.
It's
predominantly.
Yeah, if you blow it just with the brush, it's going to stay as we're seeing right now.
Okay, Ronit, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ronit.
Christopher, you want to join us on the set, please?
Christopher is also a very active boy. He's swimming a lot.
And has a lot of trips to the emergency room, I was told, so we need an active hairdo here.
Yeah, and as a swimmer, he's also could not have a hair that will bother him in his eyes.
Right.
Yeah. So, but yet he doesn't want too short like they used to have it. He wanted, when he wear a shirt, at least to touch the color of his hair. He doesn't want bangs, therefore we do it.
Will bother him in the swimming also,
So this-
or on an active style, active sports of any kind. Now, his hair is partially curly, is it not?
It's
Ned?
partially curly, yeah. But it cuts in so in layered It doesn't let the hair either to over-curl, and every wave that he has, it can fall one on top of the
So again, a
other.
good haircut's able to take care of all of the natural advantages and the differences in his hair.
As we said, especially in children hair.
Right.
Hairdos.
Okay, Christopher, thank
Please,
you.
thank you.
Hannah? And now we're getting to almost the young teenage hairstyle. Is that correct, Dan?
This is the hardest age to please in a beauty shop. They have their own mind. They want their hair exactly on the latest style. They don't care if all of them have the same hairdo.
Right.
But they want...
And they're also able to do a little bit more care for themselves or take care of it a little better at this point, are they
In
not?
this age, they are capable to take care of their hair themselves. As Hannah, for example, she knows how to take care, to hold the blower in one hand, the brush in the other hand, to roll it. Her hair is pretty curly.
And she can be taught this when she gets her hair cut at a beauty parlor anyway, is this correct?
Yeah. Her hair is very
Dan,
curly,
we're
but
about
she
to
knows how to
run
make
out
it.
of time, so let's get a quick summary on Hannah's hairstyle here.
Some of them have it a little bit shorter, and some of them have it that it's above the ear. Right now, because we're going to the winter, we like to cover the ear, and we like to make it less drastically layered in the back to warm it. In the
So
summer, we cut it
comfort
shorter.
and style is everything. Hannah, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Dan,
Hannah.
I'm so sorry we didn't have more time to bring them all back and compare them, but obviously the importance of the haircut and good hair care for children has been, I think, emphasized. Dan Avisar, our guest again on Consumer's Notebook.
The American famous ghost, John Alexander, is here, and a lady who says she lives in a house with some unexpected guests. You'll meet them coming up next on AM Washington.
Oh, goody.
TV7's part of your life.
Good morning. Welcome to AM Washington. As you can see, we have some very special friends in the studio today because this is going to be a very special weekend. What happened to the other guy that was sitting there?
You like the other head better, huh?
Well, he was awfully cute.
Ghosties and goblins and long-legged beasties and things that go bump in the night or something like that. Oh, and then
Did you like that?
That's very good. Very good.
I did some homework.
All right, tell us a little
Actually,
bit about
Julianne did some homework. She checked with the Information Please Almanac to see what we could find out about Halloween. And we discovered that it actually is to celebrate the beginning of winter. And it is on October 31st. We couldn't find out what the confusion is about the 30th and the 31st. But it was sometimes called All Hallows Day or Hallows Mass Day. That's November 1st. And on the eve, people